Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. This is just social mess. Social mess, social mess. Over across the pond, there is a person by the name of Oli London. Just when you think things can't get any stranger in jolly old England, um, Oli is here to burst your bubble. He is transracial. He identifies as being Korean. And he has this discussion defending himself to this woman. What is her name? Oh, goodness. What is her name? I doesn't give her name, but they're on a Channel 4 series in London. And he sits down with this black woman and tells her that he's transracial. He identifies as being Korean. Now, I remember him, Ali, some years ago. He was on some, oh my goodness. He was over in Korea, I believe. And he decided that he was in love with this Korean pop star. And from there, he had surgeries to look Korean. Well, he wanted to look like that person there. I can't remember the person's name. So what he did was he just tried to look Korean, but then he takes it to the next step as saying that he is transracial. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Just when you think that we had enough, no, 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 no. First, we had Rachel Dozier. She identifies as being black. Felt black, wanted to be black, and she dyed her hair. She was blonde. She dyed her hair dark. She, I don't know. I truly don't know. I really don't know. But the only thing I do know is I don't know. So, is this a real thing? So this woman tells Ali, this is not real. This is not real. It's all in your head. So Ali says, I identify as Korean. London said, I used to live in Korea. I was living there for 1 year. I love the culture, the history, the people. I put myself through a lot of pain, a lot of surgical procedures to have more of Korean aesthetics. I spent a lot of time learning the language, learning how to cook Korean food. He is totally in the culture. And remember, culture is what you do. And he is doing the Korean culture. London said, people don't really get it. When they come out, they hope to be more accepted over time. Then he goes on to say but on the other side of the table, the woman opened up the response by immediately rejecting the idea of transracialism. She says transracialism does not exist. I think it's very, very harmful to push the narrative that it is possible to switch races, she said, and that is very true. How do you switch race? I mean, look, this world is going through a lot with identity, with gender, and now we're throwing in racial. What else is going to happen? So then And then she said this was very harmful to push the narrative that it's possible to switch races. She said, I can't sit here and suddenly say, oh, I want to be a white woman. And if you, as a white person, say, oh, I can be black or I can be Korean, and I can't swap or benefit from the privilege that you benefit from, and which is very true, because she was saying is that you're white, you have white privilege. You have, okay, from the late Paul Mooney, he coined white people have the protection, they have the complexion. How did it go? They have the protection of the collection for the protection. By them being white, they get away with a lot of stuff and they're protected. But by her being very dark, saying I'm white, oh, she'll still get beat. You don't have the complexion and you don't have the protection. But what she said is a very true statement. You know, she says I can't, you know, I can't run around saying I'm a white woman and be accepted as a white woman. It's never going to happen, not on this planet and the other 3 planets out there. Just not. So then she goes on to say, I can't swap or benefit from the privilege that you benefit from, then it is clear that it is not an equal exchange, because whiteness in this country has been set up in a way. However, or how I interact with the police, how I interact with medical profession or the medical system can result in me dying. And that is the truest statement. You either die by hand of a police officer or die by hand of a doctor, depending on their mindset and if they see you as a human being. That is very, very, very true. Oh, that's true. The woman also disclosed cultural appropriation, which she described as divulging what ethnic minorities do, or I'm sorry, devaluing what ethnic minorities do. And I have to agree. I think it is just simply him appropriating someone's culture to the point to where he has the surgeries and saying, I'm Korean. I mean, now he takes it to the extreme. I mean, you have, like over in the US, you have some rappers, white rappers, who really identify with the culture, but they don't take it to the point where they run around and say, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. Even though you have some people, some white people that, man, they were born in the wrong skin color, just the wrong skin color. It's like, you were born the wrong color. But this transracialism is wild. I mean, even those people who may have the behavior and the mannerisms of black people, they don't run around and say I'm black or try the culture. They just don't do that. They're like, I know I'm white, or I know I'm whatever I am, but this is, hey, I'm just going to rock it like this. And that right there, okay. But when you take it a step further, start having surgery, London, you're going to keep people, Oli, you're going to keep people talking forever. And then you know something, there would be some other people who would do that. Oh, matter of fact, in Germany, there is this German model. She wanted to be black so bad that she put pigmentation in her skin, and she's real dark. Blonde hair. I mean, she just looks wow. And her husband's like, I love her, whatever she wants to do, she just does it. I just back her 100%. And she's just walking around all delusional. if you ever get a chance, look up German model turns black, turns her skin color black, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, she doesn't have anything else better to do. I mean, she could, I don't know, start a foundation or something like that, but no. Her and Oli have a competition. Okay, so then, so he goes on. So Oli goes on to say, in their defense, Oli reiterated their his Korean experiences, asserted that no one can take that happiness away from me. He is not happy being white. Nah. Mm-mm. Miserable being white. He's happy being Korean. White people, what are you doing to making Oli so miserable that he doesn't want to be white? Leave Oli alone and be nice to him. So then he goes on to say, while acknowledging that no one can take away what the minority group has been through, London claimed, millions and millions of people are already combining cultures and incorporating Korean elements from K-pop, K-dramas in their life. Now, come on now. K-pop, pop started over in the US. The music started over here. I don't know what Oli's talking about. I don't know. I don't know. He reiterates that I'm Korean. People need to accept that. Now, you see, this right here is what really gets me about people that are not happy in their own skin. They just can't stand to be in their own skin, whether if they don't like being white, whether if they don't like their sexuality, whatever it is that whatever's going on with you, other people have to accept it. And I really wish you would really take time and stop and think about what you're saying. What you're saying is, and this is that how whatever's going on with me, you're going to have to deal with. It's not me, it's you. I don't feel comfortable in my skin, so I'm going to project that on you, and you're going to have to accept it. You're going to have to like it, and I'm going to mow you over until you accept it. What else can we do? But I guess we're going to have to accept Oli being Korean. All right, Oli. What is that? 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. I know I didn't say it right, but I drove some Korean people crazy until they taught me that. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. I believe. I'm Korean. Okay. Oh, he really goes there. So then he said in a more recent interview with the Daily Mail, Oli London identifies himself as a gender fluid Korean woman. Wow. Oh man. Wow. I can't make this stuff up. He's a gender fluid Korean woman. I'm at a loss. Just when I think I have heard it all, Oli London comes and he just I have no words. I truly have no words. Oli. I don't even know where to begin. I'm at a loss. Okay. You don't like being white. Okay, you don't like being white and you don't like being a man. So there's a lot that you don't like about yourself. So you get to the point to where you don't like being white, you don't like being man, so then you're going to become a Korean woman. I don't even know how to tackle this. This right here, wow. This is mind blowing. I don't even know how, I don't even know what direction to go. So I'm not going to touch the gender part because I don't need no hate in my comment saying that I'm hate speech and all this other mess. Nah. I'll just stick with him wanting to be a Korean. This is mind blowing. Okay. Uh um woo, Oli. I don't even know how to tackle this. I don't even know how to tackle this. So let me stick with the article. This is too much. So then he goes on to say, over the last 8 years, I have struggled with identity issues, just like I said, and I always have been confused about who I am. So last year, I became transracial, and that was the important step in my transition process. Now, before you go any further, Ali, you really should deal with your identity issues. You becoming Korean is not going to solve your fundamental problems with why you have a problem or even issues with your identity. When you look in the mirror, you don't like that, you don't like what you see. That I would strongly suggest you need to talk to somebody about that and work that through and see where that comes from. And anyone else who has those issues, talk to somebody. Because that right there comes from somewhere deep down within you. You changing yourself is not going to stop the issue. It's not going to stop the confusion. It's not going to stop the hurt. And it's not going to stop with who am I? Ali can change himself to be Korean, then he could change himself to be an Eskimoian, then he could change himself to be a Polynesian, he could change himself to be black, and then he could go back to being white. It doesn't, it's not going to deal with the fundamental issue, and that is his identity crisis. Woo, 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 woo. So it gets better. Now, however, the most recent surgeries I have been experimenting and exploring being a Korean woman, and now I feel ready to share with with the world that I am gender fluid and I'm living as a Korean woman. As of June 21st, June 2021, London has reported of having undergone 18 surgical procedures to make to look like Jimin. These include a facelift, temple lift, dental work that gave him an incredible custom-like new teeth that were based on Jimin's smile, among others. Oh, he's really trying to look like the Korean guy in that K-pop band. Wow, that is very obsessive. Ooh, help, help. Truly, really, really, this is dangerous. Very dangerous. So, I mean, I found that very interesting. Transracial. Now, segueing over to um, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Yeah, that is a whole other bag of wax mess. I did a couple of videos. I did a video the other day. I did one today, but I did one a day ago. And that was the first time I seen Amber have human emotions. I don't know her, but she just had this look like I'm sitting here, but no one's home. And I found that interesting, even when Johnny was up there expressing himself. And it seemed like what he was saying hit something within her. She had this look like, if I could do this all over again, I would change my character. I would change my behavior. I would be a better person. And I still would be married to that wonderful man. That's what it seemed like to me, going through her eyes. I'm just sort of just expressing the look that she had. Because Johnny's done. He's gone. And she did everything possible to put herself first, to the point to where she destroyed him. And not even considering what she put out there for the world so that she could get ahead. He had his life, he had his day in the sun, and he should move over and let her do whatever. Man, Amber, that was the first time in these couple of weeks that you looked like a human being. But you're not going to win. I just don't see Amber winning this case. I just don't see it. She has too much going on against her. Her lies, her stories, half-truths, falsehoods are flying out of her mouth, and they're being just batted away. And also her counsel is terrible. Terrible. I can't believe Virginia has terrible. I think Amber could have got something better. They do have some good lawyers out there, and those lawyers, Johnny got some good lawyers. He got some good ones. But outside of that, what was that? Outside of that, what I will say, let me see, anything else? Oh man, this is a sick guy. I'm not even going to talk about no pedophile. Oh, Travis Scott fills Kylie Jenner's home with hundreds of daisies for Mother's Day. That is so sweet. Young people. All right. Oli North. Oh, Lord. Oli North. Oh, Lord. Oli London. I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say. No matter what you do, you're not going to be happy until you deal with your issues. You can change your face upside down. You can take your lip and put it over your head. If you don't deal with your issues, you're not going to be happy. You're happy for the second. But once it sets in, that whatever that feeling is, it didn't go away. You just set it aside. But again, outside of that, if you like my content, like, subscribe. Smash that like button. And most of all, I want to thank you for stopping by, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me looking at my video. Please continue supporting me. Thank you. Bye-bye.